Hey mate, can I ask you a serious question for a second? Where on God's green earth have you even been for the past 3 months? Like, we haven't even made an episode since we released that crap-ass April Fool's one.
I'm glad you asked, mate. You see, given that I rarely, if ever, visit the Lydia forums anymore, I haven't really had much input into how Jurassic Boosts the Lives even works these days. So it's kind of hard to keep coming up with crap-ass jokes for new episodes.
Oh, good point. Anyway, mate, I noticed that you've been taking a liking to Twitter recently. Like, you got like 4,000 tweets in like the last 6 months. You actually tweet more than you even posted on the Lydia forums. Why is that?
Well, you see, mate, as someone who actually says pretty much anything that comes into my head at any given second, I find the Lydia forum rules a bit... how can I put this in a non-offensive way? Oh yeah, shit.
But mate, what's so bad about the Lydia forums?
Well, for one thing, they're sort of borderline fascist in nature, and they're so restrictive that 90% of what I want to say actually has to be self-censored so heavily that the post can actually go about, talking about how crap a given patch is to talking about the weather or something like that. Like, I mean, the post ends up sounding nothing like it was in my head, which, truth be told, is probably a good thing. And it still gets bloody flagged half the time. Like, mate, you know the first year that I was on the forums, like, half my posts were flagged or straight up removed by the staff members. I mean, you can't even mention Raptor Jesus because it's religious in nature. That's crap as. Actually, I think some of the forum staff members, they're probably a part of the Raptor Jesus religion or something. So they tend to take offence.
Mate, I was looking through the forum rules, right? And they have all these rules about drugs and alcohol and all this other repressive as crap, right? But they don't seem to have a rule about another life-destroying vice. Gambling.
Ah, so you've noticed too, eh? You see, Lydia won't actually ban for talking about gambling and slot machines and, other life-destroying things like that, because that's actually how they made money in the past, with their little online slot machine gambling life-destroying games. It would sort of be a conflict of interest. But hey, look on the bright side. If Lydia ever actually gets into the crack industry, they'll probably let us talk about drugs on the forums.
Mate, aren't you kind of breaking your own rule about never mocking the forum staff with this episode?
Nah, mate. You see, I'm not actually mocking the staff. I'm actually calling out the totally repressive and ridiculous rules. And they are indeed stupidity. See, mate, I'm a puppet who's actually totally opposed to censorship. Especially if it affects myself. I've been a strong believer in free speech.
What about political correctness?
Mate, one of these days I'm going to make an episode totally dedicated to talking about how stupidly ridiculous political correctness is. And why the world is indeed shitter since it and the cancel culture began. You see, political correctness is actually just fascism pretending to be manners. Personally, I actually believe that someone should be able to say whatever the hell they like. Us Aussies actually take pride in speaking our minds. We feel it's our duty to have an opinion on just about everything that happens in the world, even if it's none of our business. And besides, to quote myself, it's better to be hated for who you are than liked for who you aren't. Anyway, shut up for a second.